Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are playing Azorius Unblockable. Yeah, I had a deck I was looking at. I used to play in the olden days, as in like a couple months ago, called Simic Aggro, and it was a big time playing with unblockable dudes of the artifact and blue category, using some of the green stuff for various reasons. And I thought, you know what? I bet you I could put this together with white rather than green, and it'll do just as well. Turns out it's even better. Even better. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2. Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck of my own creation. I know. What? It's Dr. SuckIt's own creation? Yes, totes my goats. I put this together myself. Why? Because it's a weekend, and I have time to do so. All right, so what are we looking at today? It's called Azorius Unblockable. That's what we're playing. So, I was looking at a Simic aggro deck that was a lot like this one, and I thought, I don't need the green. I could do it with white, and I wonder if that was going to be any better. And I believe it is way better, way better. Why? It's because of Michiko's Reign of Truth. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in this deck real quick. We'll talk a little bit about how this deck should work, and then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. All right, what do we got going on here? We got an enchantment that investigates, so therefore puts out an artifact token. And then when you have 3 or more artifacts, you could use this to build a 4/4 bird creature out of some artifact. This guy puts out a map token and is a flying 1/1. This guy is a unblockable guy, more or less, and you can eat him for health if you need it. This guy will gain you life if your opponent puts out non-basic lands and has protection from multicolored. He could be totally kick-ass. This destroys creatures, enchantments, or planeswalkers. This pumps your creatures by +1/+1 for each artifact, just one creature, for each artifact and or enchantment you control, which is a lot of what we got there, baby. It only lasts for 2 turns, and then you get out a portrait of Michiko, who has got a +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control. So yeah, we're doing the Lord's work here with Michiko. Spring-Loaded Sawblades, which is an artifact that comes out and does 5 points of damage to target tapped creature, and has flash, which means that you could do it as like an instant practically, as long as you got 2 mana. At which point you could craft with an artifact to turn it into a vehicle, which you just have to tap 2 other untapped artifacts you control to turn it into a 5/5 artifact creature till the end of the turn. You also have to crew 1, so there's a lot that goes into that, but still, you're not going to turn down a 5/5 artifact creature. And plus, it's an artifact just sitting there, which everything else can use. This guy's an artifact, and he becomes unblockable. That's the first time we've seen unblockable. We got unblockable here, we got unblockable there, we got flying there. Cryptic Coat is unblockable, but it is an artifact itself, but the guy it puts out is not. This person is capable of stealing artifacts or creatures and turning them into treasures, which people are bound to use, rather than trying to kill the Larcenist to get back. This one takes any artifact you got and turns it into a 5/4, and then if that thing dies, you get to discover for 3. Thran Spider throws out a Power Stone, which is an artifact token that can also help get out, used to pay for artifacts. And has got a big old 2/4 reachy butt. That's what I want in life, is a reachy butt. This one pops out artifact mites. And there's a map token generator, potentially. Some dual lands, bouncing, and the ability to go after attacking or blocking creatures for 4 points of damage. All right, so that's it. That's what we're going to see. What are we going to do with it now? So we're going to get our guys out. We're going to pop out a bunch of little dudes. We're going to try, not dudes, but little objects, which we're going to try to turn into big objects If we can also put these things onto things like the Surge Engine or Gingerbrute, or things with flying that will be able to make them bigger and unblockable. And so between the unblockability of what we got going on here and the ability to kind of reuse little things over and over again, we got value going on. The only thing we don't got is a lot of life gain, which is sometimes something that we need. But we don't got it. Not every deck does. All right, so that's it. What are we going to do? We're going to go out and do some damage. But before we do, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. And we're playing against Larissa B. Okay, let's see. All blues, huh? All right, let's keep it. I think we only have one white card in here. And we're looking at it. It's called Michiko. We can wait on that. I would like to pick up a third mana at some point, though. Alright, we are ended. This guy playing Gruul. I'll live with that. He's just shooting. There we go. Power Stones for everybody. Everybody happy. Drink them while you got them. I think, what can I do on my next turn here? Alright, so I put the spider out. I could do 2, there's just 2 left over. Get some beef going. All in. You want to block that? I wonder what this guy's going to do. Is he just going to keep blocking my guys? Of course, this is a deck full of unblockable guys. Where are they? I got one right here. That's it. You. Alright, but still, Michiko's coming out, and she's going to be pretty swole. Got a lot of threats. What's this guy going to do? Is he going to burn down the house? Because that would be extraordinarily bad. You're going to pay for all of that, huh? That's who you want dead. He's laying them down. Was this going to cost me? That's 2 to return back to my hand. That cost me 3. Another mana would be really great. I don't think I can use Power Stones for it. I use Power Stones for the Thran Spider, though. Alright, welcome to the jungle. Let's bring you back. You're a very friendly kind of guy. All right, down to 6. We got a 6/6, looking good. I don't want to just... Thran Spiders with your big old 4 butts, you guys are good-looking boys. He's got all the mana he wants there. He doesn't seem to have what he wants in his hand. You know, it's funny, I still really like those sleeves. Those are really nice-looking sleeves. They're kind of dull, but they're sharp. All right, mana down. And we win! Victory! All right, we're playing against Guillermo. What do we got? Not a lot of instants or enchantments or artifacts there. You'll pop one out. You are neither. You're an equipment, or you're an artifact unto yourself. Congratulations. All right, number 1 is the Siren then. All right, Guillermo, are you going to make a decision? I'll come over here and feed Gingerbrute before the game starts, apparently. She starts to get very demanding sometimes during the middle of a game. All right, there we go. So we have, what, just 1 artifact right now. That life gain is going to be annoying. Now's not the time for Michiko. We'll go ahead and leave this artifact sitting out there because that's pumping us all up. So he gets 2 for each guy that pops out. Ooh, I can come racing in now, couldn't I? Let's do it. All right, now he's got to start holding back some chumps. All right, chumps. What are we doing here? I could pull that guy out. I can get rid of. Let's just do that. Nothing for me, but 1 for you. Really? All right, there we go. I'm not sure he meant to do that. You want him back as a flying guy, all right. Oh, what do we got? We got lots. Let's put out the Thran Spider. That's going to help us a lot here. Unfortunately, we can't make it through flying guys at the moment. So we're just going to have to pound it down. All right, so 2 of them are getting through. I'm betting you're blocking the 6/6. Which means you'll take 7 points of damage. All right, Guillermo, come on, man. There's not much you can do. You're out of mana. You got 1 mana. You want to sacrifice your guy up there. I don't think you have the mana to take out a guy with wards. Alright, you're down to 4. We got a good-looking Thran Spider holding everything down. The thing about Zoetic Glyph is got Discover, which is fantastic when it gets killed. There we go. And we win! In your face, Guillermo! In your face! Alright, we are playing against PapawGreybush. PapawGreybush. Lovely. Thank you for making me say that. Keep. Singleton 1. Not putting Michiko out without some creatures out. These guys cost at least 3. I'll put this one out for there. Cryptic Coat, you're my friend. Alright, you can shoot him if you want. If you do shoot him, I'll just turn the artifact into a glyph. He will rage at you. He will come down on you like a mountain, like a hurricane. Knock, knock, knock. Trick or treat. I appreciate your colors, though. Rakdos is a sweet color set. Alright, Michiko can keep it alive. Kill it off. Or questions, do I just keep nursing it along? Do I just get lost? See, because the Blood Tithe Harvester is kind of a wuss. Alright, there's 4. That's funny, I had no idea I was going to play this. Alright, nothing for me, 1 for you. You got 1 mana. There you go, now you've got 2. Is both warded up? Yep. Alright, PapawGreybush. Feel my vindictive sting. Alright, so currently I've only got 1 artifact out. 1 artifact and or enchantment. What's this thing going to cost to play? 3? I could do that. What does it do? A map token. Oh, there's somebody I'm going to kill. Let's do it a lot like this. Boink. Nice. Oh, sweet googly moogly. Alright. Just gotta chill. Gotta play very Azorius-like. Almost control-y. I got 2, which means if he comes out with haste, that'd be great. Otherwise, I gotta let something try to attack me. I need to get it tapped. Alright, we're gonna have to suck it. Alright, if I do this now, it'll get +2, which is enough to kill it off. It'll just make them think that it's clear. Let's just do it. Alright, he's not going to give it up. Alright, there we go. Is it unblockable even? Yeah, I think it is unblockable. Alright, cool. Now, let's say I left the door wide open. He's going to try to race in here. Ooh, you guys are gone, man. I don't know why you're bothering to take him out. Alright, come on. You can do it. Attack. Attack me. If you make it stronger, that will be bad. Alright, did not account on that. Hopefully he just whiffs. Nope, it's pumped. Dang it. Alright, all my wicked tricks are for naught. He's guaranteed to get the pump on that. Alright, set 5's not going to help me at all. That's all for nothing. What is it? You fly? Yeah, you do become flying. Let's just get some nice guys out. Let's get this guy out. And the second guy out. Face down card cannot be blocked, so we're good. We can go in for the attack on that. We'll leave the Gingerbrute back. You can't block it, man. There you go. You're down to 3. You can be up to 5. Great if I can keep the Gingerbrute alive, because I could definitely pump that dude up like crazy. Alright, come on. Attack with Shouldered. You know you want to. Nope, he's not doing it. Alright, you are going to become unblockable, my friend. That is how you win a game. And we win in your face, Charlie Brown. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Norinori. Mulligan. Alright, we'll keep this. Keep. And we'll get rid of a Gingerbrute. I still think these guys are tremendous values. There we go. And our Gingerbrute. All in for 2. Yeah, with protection from multicolored, it just depends what you're playing against. But still, people like to throw down other things like crazy right now. I just say dual lands. Alright, number 3. Let's go for the Coke. And no attacks. I don't think those guys are gone at the moment. Fourth mana would be great. Well, he's not putting up any duals, are he? Any dual-colored creatures. Michiko. I need somebody that's unblockable. That guy is. But I can't. He's not an artifact, so it doesn't really help. Instead, we'll throw this out. Pop that down. Use this. Make him unblockable because he doesn't have anybody with haste. And all. Let you attack. He's down to 10. Next, we'll have another pump. This is going to come at me. It's going to come at me, brah. Or you leave some defenders back there? That's the question. Nothing to defend against since you can't block unblockable guys. It'd be great if I could get the Zoetic Glyph to pop on the Gingerbrute. That guy's in my way. So I'll need a fourth mana. Why didn't he tap the guy that can't even go? All right, that's it. That is an interesting probe. Oh, looks like Gingerbrute gets to just sit there like a sucker. Maybe it has to be a chump. Still, he's in my best... I need a fourth mana is what I need. I need fourth mana so badly. He's trying. Okay, I'm going to have to definitely block. All right, I'm down to 3. He's at 3. We can just make it through, and we win. And we win! There we go. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Aktaroth. Yeah, we'll keep it. Turn the dragon off. Oink. Let's just get out there fast. You have the opportunity for haste. He's got his own opportunity for haste. Alright. Number 2. I got no white. Is this just us raging against each other without blocking? I'm guessing that's the answer. Alright, he's down to 13. Now it's time for me to start taking huge hits. You gonna like double monstrous rage us? Or is he more concerned about himself? Does he think this Gingerbrute is too scary? He's leaving that guy back. That's a weird thing to do, man. All right, let's put out a little Spyglass Siren. And we'll pop things up. Give this guy a little bit of unblockability. And all in. What just happened there? Oh, they've got haste. They've got haste. All right, well, next turn. I got the Zoetic Glyph, which means I got another guy that I can rage with. The question is, he's going to go after the Gingerbrute because he's all scared of him. It's interesting seeing a mono-red aggro prowess deck playing defense. And in we go. All right, you're blocking the 9, I can tell. All right, so I'm at 10. He's at 8. And he's only got one guy. Thran Spider can get in his way. That's what I should definitely do on the next turn. Oh, but he's got Menace. That's not going to help. All right, Cryptic Coat it is then. I got 10. You got to play defense again. I got 10 showing. Can I do them both? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I cannot. I mean, maybe I can. Unless Power Stone comes in tapped. Yeah, it does. All right, so I've got 2 guys. They've all got haste, so it doesn't matter. In we go. All right, so you can block with 2. One of your guys will live. All right, we got a strong chance here. I don't know if he's going to be able to get 10. I got a guy I can't block flying. There, I lost. How did that freaking happen, man? It's because you can juke from 2 to 10 in a second. No blocks. He was so close. All right, I'm playing against Kern. Trick or treat. I don't know where Kern is in the middle of all this. All right, give me some life there. All in. Here are the chomps. Two damage. That's it for the Surge Engine. Ooh, you're taking that guy out. That's a weird choice. And you're going to go after that, huh? No blocks. Roll cool. All right, he's down to 9. We could just load out the Michiko's office. Hopefully we can keep these things together. Like a double Michiko on the next turn will be incredible. How many artifacts I got? 1 and artifacts. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I can get a dragon out of this. Okay, I just have to load up on the unblockable guy. And again. And here we go. Step on in, my friend. Have a good time. Oh, look at that. It looks like death. Boom, boom. Goes the room. Victory. Rank up. All right, so we are with the Zoetic Unblockable, and it was a fantastic deck. I really liked it quite a bit. You know, it was originally, like I talked about, it was Simic Unblockable is what it was. And I thought, you know, everything I like about it is actually blue. So let's just play around with some other colors to see how well it does. I ended up, I think, putting maybe some more blue in here. No, I didn't. I put more artifacts in here. You don't really need anything else, but I thought Michiko's Reign of Truth was going to be a big help to this deck, and it totally was. Plus, I liked the Spring-Loaded Sawblades as well. That was a great card. Doing 5 points of damage to target tapped creature an opponent controls. Plus, it becomes a vehicle after that point. So, altogether, it was top shelf, man. I like that quite a bit. So, I might like this better than the Simic version, even. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I can tell you the value always in these kinds of decks comes from Thran Spider. Because of the fact that Thran Spider does so much value to it. Look at it. It's got reach. It's got a 2/4. It only costs 3 to put out. You get a Power Stone, which helps power more artifacts. It's really hard to say that Thran Spider is not the most valuable player. He's not an aggro part of this thing. The thing I really like, I think the thing that really goes nuts, it's Zoetic Glyph. I think that in other decks like this, I've really liked Zoetic Glyph as well. And this deck is loaded with good stuff, but Zoetic Glyph is probably my favorite because 3's not bad. I mean, there's nothing in here is greater than 3, but you get to turn a token or whatever you want into a 5/4, which usually then looks like it has haste because it's just been a non-creature up until the second. And then when this thing gets killed, which is going to happen pretty quickly, you get to discover something up to 3, which is the vast majority of your deck. In fact, the only card I'm not a big fan of, I keep telling myself I don't like it because who cares? You pay 1 and you investigate, it's stupid. What it's all about, it's about the solve, man. For 3, you get to put 4 Popo counters on an artifact, like a non-creature artifact, and it becomes a flying bird, a 4/4 flyer. That's what you're playing it for, is you're getting that creature out there. I don't know. Is it the greatest thing in the world? What's nice is that it puts out the Investigate, which Zoetic Glyph can help pump. You know, it helps to boost up Michiko's Reign of Truth because you have artifacts and intelligences, or in artifacts and enchantments being used. It does synergize well with the entire card, with the entire deck there. All right, so I'm going to give it, man. Yeah, absolutely. Zoetic Glyph, you are my MVP for this deck, but the rest of this deck is really tight, big time tight. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? All right, so here's my problem. Yes, I mean, when I was playing in the play queue, I was getting 100% with this deck, 100%. Then I switched over to the ranked queue because people want to see it play in the ranked queue. And it didn't do as well. Let's put it this way. I won every single game I played except for against Mono Red. And that was a big problem. Mono Red was always my problem. Mono, stupid red. Because this deck wasn't aggro enough. That's what the problem was. There were times it was tight. Man, I was so close to beating it. It just, Mono Red going first is always going to beat this deck. You just can't fight it off. They have Menace now. They've got, I mean, it's just, you just can't. Thran Spider is so good because it gets in the way of flyers. But then they would have Menace on their flyers. And then I didn't have enough Thran Spiders out. It was just a horrible situation. But still, you can't there's always going to be your kryptonite, and it turns out that super aggro is where it's at for this deck. Other decks, this thing, they're just trying to, they can't do anything about the unblockable creatures. And this deck is loaded with it, and they're all so cheap. They're just not very hasty, so people have time to react to it. And that's the only thing that's kind of bad. Which is what's great about Zoetic Glyph, is because it kind of makes you have hasty creatures. All right, so there we go. Competitive, I'm going to say, yes, it is a competitive deck. I think the more I would have played it in ranked, the better off I would have done. Just had to get away from all the stupid aggro red to start off with. I can't believe I said stupid aggro red. I love you, aggro red. I think this thing is definitely going to be in the high 50s, maybe 60%, maybe even better than that. Just we'd have to play it a lot more to see what we're going to do. All right, let's see. Was this deck fun? Absolutely. I love it. This guy, I think, is fantastic. Funny part is that because you put him out, and he's just nothing. He's a 1/2. He's got a butt. He's got a 2-butt, which means you can fight against other 1/1s. That's great. He's got protection from multicolored, which means you could totally handle a lot of stuff. But right now, anytime I had this guy out, I was going up against monocolored creatures. So that wasn't helping too much. But then people would put down tons of dual-colored lands, and he would just gain you life. So I think he's an awesome guy. I think he's great because he's an artifact. I think he worked well at this deck. I'm surprised more people don't play with him because I think he's got a lot of value. But we have a lot of things going on in 1. We got a lot of things going on in 2. There's like just an equal amount of stuff throughout this board. You look at the breakdown right now, it's pretty decent. Sure, there's a lot of things at 3. There's nothing 4, 5, 6, or 7 plus. So yeah, this is a cheap aggro deck. We've got unblockable creatures. You get to a state and you can totally just smack people around, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it feels really good. All right, lastly, was this deck interesting? Yes, absolutely. Why? Because it's not something that we see regularly at all. With this one's focused more on unblockable creatures, and it's very much a lot like, what do they call it now? Artifact Affinity or something like that. Because we got Zoetic Glyph, we got Surge Engine, you got Thran Spider, you got the Spyglass Siren, maybe even the Gingerbrute. But I mean, this has been around since before all that. And the only thing I did here is I took it from a Simic aggro. I turned it into a Zorius aggro. I still thought it worked really good. I think this is an interesting deck. It's different. It's not really well seen in the meta, but still the synergy between the cards is tight. And the only problem with it's a little on the slow side, but it makes up for it where it can. All right, so let's add this thing up. Was this deck competitive? I'm going to say yes. Was this deck fun? I'm going to say yes. Was it interesting? Absolutely. All right, so that makes this into an A+ deck. And as I am forced by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.